University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point exists upon land inhabited by the indigenous people of this area, including the Ho-Chunk, Menominee, Ojibwe, Potawatomi, and the many other nations and groups that predate colonial borders. We acknowledge that with colonization, Native American people have been dispossessed of their lands and irreparably changed by the actions of individuals and institutions. We acknowledge our responsibility to understand and respond to those actions. In partnership with the Native American Center, we commit to working together to honor the past, be intentional in the present, and to build our future with truth. Graduates and guests, please rise if you are able for the presentation of the colors, then remain standing as UW-Stevens Point Jr. Meredith Johnson from Oshkosh, Wisconsin sings our national anthem. Please be seated. I would now like to introduce the members of our platform party who are on stage. Chancellor Thomas Gibson. LaVon Cornell Swanson, Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs. Corey Jaskulski, Keynote Speaker. Amy and Sam Dinga, Alumni Pinners. Gretel Stock, Dean of University College. Rebecca Summer, Dean of the College of Professional Studies. William Broussard, Vice Chancellor for University Advancement. Lana Poole, Chief Marketing and Enrollment Officer. Pratima Gandhi, Vice Chancellor for Business Affairs. And Al Thompson, Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs. You may be seated. I would like to now welcome Chancellor Gibson to the podium.
Welcome to our spring commencement. I'm Dr. Thomas Gibson, Chancellor of UW-Stevens Point. Congratulations on what may be your greatest achievement so far in life. Many more are sure to follow. Before we proceed, special thanks to our soloist, Meredith Johnson, the UW-Stevens Point Symphony Orchestra, directed by Dr. Andy Morin, the staff in University Communications and Marketing, Facility Services, University Police and Security Services, who planned for weeks and set up this major event. Very few of our 1,200 spring graduates reached this point alone. Many people helped make this day possible, especially parents, family, and friends of our graduates. So graduates, let's take a moment to say thank you, but hold your applause until the end. Will the following please stand as you are able? Parents and step-parents, please stand. Grandparents and great-grandparents, brothers and sisters, husbands, wives, or partners, children and grandchildren of our graduates, aunts and uncles, nieces and nephews, other relatives and friends of our graduates, faculty and staff. Thank you for your dedication and support. Graduates, I invite you to join me in showing your appreciation. Thank you. You are among more than 1,200 students on whom degrees will be conferred today. You are also among students who have enjoyed 4.5 tons of university dining's tasty homemade mac and cheese this semester. It may be good to note that students also enjoyed 1,944 pounds of broccoli. So there's some balance there. You were among the 2,464 intramural program participants playing 869 games on 372 teams. You consumed 18,556 mochas, chai teas, and other specialty drinks at the Basement Brewhouse. Now, I am told that this does not include beer sales. I am honored to celebrate this important milestone with you today. As the first in my family to go to college, I understand the power of education. Many of you are also first-generation graduates. A special congratulations to each of you. You will see how it transforms your life and the lives of future generations in no time. UW-Stevens Point is a point of transformation for our students. Maybe you came to UWSP with a clear idea of your career goals and remained focused on achieving them. Maybe you discovered your purpose in the past few years. Regardless, your purpose-driven education has prepared you to think critically, communicate well, and solve problems. It has instilled in you the wisdom to value many views, respect differences, and seek common ground. It has prepared you to be engaged, to make a difference in your community and your world. It has given you the tools to succeed in life, however you choose to define success. When you reflect on your years at UW-Stevens Point, I hope you have fond memories of your time on campus and in the community. No doubt you will remember the effect the pandemic had on you, those you love, your education, and social interaction. Who could have imagined a pandemic would be part of your first-year experience at UW-Stevens Point? You have overcome loss and found hope, powered through challenges, and showed remarkable resiliency to pursue your purpose, your degree. On behalf of the faculty and staff of UW-Stevens Point, we are so proud of you. Each year, a select group of graduating students are recognized with the Albertson Medallion. These students have distinguished themselves as true leaders within the academic and co-curricular activities of our university and community. This year, 12 students were selected to receive this award from our Winter 2023 and Spring 2024 classes. Would our Albertson Medallion recipients please stand to be recognized? Thank you. In addition, 52 outstanding graduates have received the Chancellor's Leadership Award. The award recognizes graduates who contribute significant leadership, demonstrate university and community service, and display a commitment to personal growth. Would these award recipients please stand and please join me in congratulating them? Thank you. You may be seated. To introduce other distinguished members of our audience and graduating class, may I present our Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, LaVon Cornell Swanson. LaVon.
Thank you, Chancellor Gibson. So as part of this occasion, we give special recognition to those students who have truly excelled both in and out of the classroom. And today it is my pleasure to introduce several groups of outstanding graduating seniors. We will begin with students who are recognized as recipients of the Academic Honors Award. The faculty has established a program of academic honors to recognize undergraduate students for outstanding academic achievement. Graduation honors are awarded on the basis of the grade point average for all courses attempted. There are 3 levels of academic honors: cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude. Will those students graduating with an overall grade point average of 3.5 to 3.74 please stand? These students are graduating cum laude. Yes, please join me in congratulating them. Please be seated. Will those students graduating with an overall grade point average of 3.75 to 3.89 please stand? These students are graduating magna cum laude. Congratulations. Among our 2024 graduates, there are 83 students who have earned a grade point average of 3.9 or above, a summa cum laude designation. Will these students please stand? Please join me in congratulating these outstanding students. Yeah. You may also be seated. I would like now to recognize members of our graduating class who are veterans, active duty, or reserve service members. Would you please stand? These graduates are wearing red, white, and blue honor cords to signify their service to our country. And I would also like to ask any audience members who are serving or have served in the armed forces to stand with our graduates so that we might recognize your service to our country. Please join me. Thank you for being recognized. You may be seated. So once again, please help me welcome Chancellor Thomas Gibson.
Thank you, Provost Cornell Swanson. We are honored to have as our spring commencement speaker, Corey Juskolski. A 2000 alum of UW-Stevens Point, Corey is the founder and CEO of Rake Labs. He is a National Geographic Fellow, explorer, engineer, and MIT graduate who devoted his career to designing, building, and deploying technologies that accelerate exploration, conservation, and security efforts around the globe. Corey's work has taken him to all 7 continents with projects that include scuba diving among the icebergs in Antarctica and descending 12,500 feet below the ocean surface in a 3-person submarine to explore the Titanic. Recently, he developed a custom array to capture a 3D digital copy of one of the world's last Sumatran rhinos. Corey has been honored with the UWSP Alumni Award and the Rolex National Geographic Explorer of the Year Award. UWSP Class of 2024 and guests, please help me welcome our commencement speaker, Corey Juskolski.
Thank you, Chancellor. Good afternoon. I want to start by saying how honored I am to be here. My wife and I both graduated from UWSP 24 years ago in the year 2000. And it's really hard to overstate the impact that UWSP has had on my life and jobs and adventures since that have come after college. I'm going to share with you a little bit of my story and how choices and risks that I took in my life have formed my successes while very much taking the road less traveled. After finishing UWSP with a dual major in math and physics, I applied to only 2 grad schools, University of Ann Arbor, Michigan, and MIT, which was my dream grad school. And I remember being at a physics conference right after applying and having another student mock my confidence that I would get into MIT. And that stung a bit until he shared with me that his goal was to become an astronaut, which was probably a good goal for him because it didn't require a deep statistical expertise that would have told him that his goal was a bit more unlikely. So I did get into MIT, and fortunately, since neither my family nor I had the resources to pay for it, I was admitted with a DuPont Fellowship, which covered 100% of my tuition and expenses. And while in grad school, I worked at an MIT lab spinoff called Bluefin Robotics. And this was as close as possible of what I could have thought of to my dream job. We were building autonomous underwater robotic vehicles to explore the ocean floor. My role at the time was to develop these special battery packs that could handle the inherent pressure of the ocean without needing protective metal pressure vessels around them. And while doing this, the opportunity presented itself to take one of the first big risks I had to take in my career. One day, James Cameron, the director of the movie Titanic and later Avatar, called up our company and asked if he could buy some of these batteries to put them in small robots that were going to be used to film inside Titanic for a documentary he was working on called Ghosts of the Abyss. So I flew out to LA to meet his team and to show him how to use the batteries. These batteries and the electronics were fairly complex, and charging them and maintaining them took a bit of work. So while out there, to my surprise, Cameron's team asked me to come out with them on expedition to the North Atlantic and help send these robots down to Titanic. And that all sounded like an amazing opportunity, but the problems began when my boss at the time started negotiating the price to have me out there. Let's just say that his proposal would have made me by far the most expensive person on this documentary. When Cameron's group understandably said no, I was presented with a very tough choice. I could either toe the company line and not go on the expedition, or quit my dream job and give up substantial stock options and go on the expedition solo as Corey the battery guy instead of Corey from Bluefin. It took me less than a second to make that decision. Fast forward a few weeks and I'm down one job and a bunch of stock options, but out in the North Atlantic, hovering in a ship over the wreck of Titanic. where the batteries I built were installed in these little robots the size of a case of beer. I usually say the size of a bread box, but college commencement, so I thought that might be more relatable. And these robots were attached to a pair of deep-water manned submersibles that would take these robots and 3 human crew down to the wreck for the exploration. These robots were designed to go inside Titanic through the portholes and be able to film inside the rooms of Titanic that hadn't been seen since the ship set sail. When I met Cameron out on the ship, I immediately asked, "Hey, can I get a ride down to Titanic on one of these 3-person submarines?" And he responded, "Heck no, the seats on those subs are the most expensive pieces of real estate on Earth." I figured you had to try, but a few days later, a bit of a robotic disaster struck. One of the robots actually became stuck inside Titanic. And when the submersible came back to the surface, they brought video back with it, and I got to look at this stuck robot, and I noticed a few small bubbles of gas coming out of the robot, and I knew right away that somehow the battery pack had ruptured. And Cameron's team immediately decided to mount a rescue effort to go recover this stuck robot, but I had the unfortunate task of telling them that these batteries that I had built that had pound for pound the same amount of energy as dynamite, and if anything went wrong while recovering them, it could potentially breach the manned submersible and kill everyone on board. So the captain of the ship heard this and declared it's too dangerous to use these manned submersibles to go rescue the robots. Cameron and the captain went in a room, and what I'm sure was excellent negotiating. He came back out a few minutes later, and the captain's position had changed just a little bit. His position was now, it's too dangerous to go unless the battery guy, he goes with us. So this is how I ended up on my first major adventure on what would become a life of exploration. As I sat in this submersible 12,500 feet deep beneath the North Atlantic, looking out over the deck of Titanic, I realized that working at an engineering desk job was not my dream job. I just wasn't dreaming big enough. And I think I would have felt silly telling people that I wanted to be a world explorer, but that's exactly what I've become. Ultimately, working for and then becoming a fellow at National Geographic, and then being named the 2020 Rolex National Geographic Explorer of the Year. And yes, Rolex does give you a free watch with the award. In the years after Titanic, as a National Geographic Explorer, I ended up getting paid to do exploration, science, and conservation expeditions, including helicoptering over Mount Everest, 3D scanning it to look at vegetation growth up the side of it for climate change, diving among the icebergs in Antarctica, mounting cameras on planes in the Democratic Republic of the Congo for anti-poaching efforts, 3D scanning a living Sumatran rhino in the jungles of Indonesia, working deep underwater in flooded caves and cenotes in Mexico, carrying 8 scuba tanks sometimes, scanning human Mayan sacrifice victim skulls, imaging inside Tut's tomb, and even being locked overnight in what many people believe is the tomb of Christ in Jerusalem as we digitized it with a laser scanner. This and dozens of other adventures were a direct connection to that one risk. Quit my job and take a chance, or do what society expects and stay at the desk. If I wouldn't have done that, I also wouldn't have been invited to be up here talking to you today. But enough about my part of the story. What I really want to talk to you about is your story. So let's go back to when you were a little kid, back long enough ago in life that you were that little kid that still believed in magic, that believed if you wanted something bad enough, really wanted it bad enough, that you could actually will it into existence. Believed that absolutely anything you wanted to be, you could be. The trouble is somewhere in life, almost everyone loses that. And after thinking about that a bit, the best I can come up with is the point that happens is actually today. Yesterday, you were a college student. You knew what you were supposed to be doing. You knew what success meant. It meant going to your classes, studying, doing well on exams, perhaps competing in sports, and maintaining some semblance of a social life. Tomorrow, literally tomorrow, that all changes. Never again are you going to have such a neatly packaged definition of success or failure. Never again will most of you know exactly what you're supposed to be doing on any given day. So given that, today is really the point where if you aren't careful, you might look back and say, that's the last day the little kid I was, the little kid with absolutely no limits on his or her dreams and ambitions, would have been truly proud of who I've become. So that's all a bit of a downer for a commencement address, but I have good news as well. It doesn't have to be that way. Whether you're graduating here today at 22 or 55 years old, remember that you still call the shots on what you're going to do in the rest of your life. You've worked too hard not to. Take risks, make mistakes. You owe it to yourself. You've been cultured to believe that the progression after college is a series of 9-to-5 jobs, and the next step is to rinse, lather, and repeat until you're 65 and retire. And if that's what you want, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But if it isn't, take the chance. Go backpack Europe for a year. Start your own company. See if that country band you play guitar in really does have what it takes. Start a cat rescue. Join the Peace Corps, write that novel you've been thinking about, or hike all the national parks in the United States. And for those of you parents that are thinking, man, I wish this guy would shut up, I just spent $40,000 on college. The studies actually show that taking a gap year or otherwise following a less traditional path right out of college can actually increase an employee's hireability. A recent article in Forbes stated that about 20% of hiring managers responded in a survey that a gap year would make them more likely to hire a candidate over the alternative candidates, and that another 19% of hiring managers said they would pay a candidate more if they had taken a gap year. And as the CEO of a successful AI company now, I completely understand that, as I would much rather hire someone that took a chance on the road less traveled and thinks outside the box than hiring another one of the 2 million college graduates here in the United States every year that didn't do that. It pays to stand out. After Titanic, I've spent my life up to this point following that same concept, following my heart as much as my head, sometimes much, much more. To quote Robert Frost, 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. I want to close with this thought. What if that risk I took in quitting my job and heading out to Titanic wouldn't have paid off? What if it meant I just spent a few weeks on a research vessel in the middle of the ocean and came back with no job and no stock options? Maybe I wouldn't have been led to a life of exploration. Maybe I wouldn't have founded an AI company that's now brought in $35 million in investment. True, but I would have found another job, and I would still have an amazing wife and family that loves me, and a grandson that I look forward to teaching about the night sky, ocean critters, and music. And I would still be a pointer. So really, failure wouldn't have been that bad. So take risks. Look at the world with awe. Never set limits for yourself. That's what you owe the little kid you used to be. And when you leave here today, and when you make choices tomorrow, I challenge you to ask yourself this question. Would the little kid I was be proud of the person I have become? And if you can answer yes to that, my friends, I think you've found the purpose of life. Thank you.
It is difficult to follow that. Corey, thank you for your message to our graduates, your message of life and its endless possibilities, and from your 24 years ago, sitting in here or wherever on this campus for graduation, that you can come back 24 years now in 2024 and explain how your degree made it endless possibilities for you, but that you shared that our graduates have that same opportunity. Please congratulate Corey once again. My name is Al Thompson. I'm the Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs. And at this time, I'm pleased to introduce your Spring 24 class speaker, Michaela Martins. A summa cum laude Bachelor of Science graduate in elementary education, she is the daughter of Amy and Roger Kress of Marshfield, Wisconsin. Could Michaela's parents please stand to be recognized? Thank you, Michaela's parents, for allowing us to have the opportunity to share in Michaela's life. Thank you for raising an outstanding daughter, and her future seems very bright. Thank you so much. Michaela earned highest honors at UWSP as well as being named a Fund for Wisconsin Scholar. She serves as the treasurer of the Wisconsin-Nicaragua Partners of the Americas Student Chapter. After graduation, she'll be a 6th grade teacher at Roosevelt Elementary School within the Stevens Point School District. At this time, I welcome to the stage our Spring 24 class speaker, your speaker, Michaela Martins.
Good afternoon, family, friends, alumni, staff, and most importantly, fellow graduates. My name is Michaela Martins, and I am graduating here today with my bachelor's in elementary education. It's crazy to think that 4 short years ago, we were in these very seats. Graduation seemed like something so far away, something hardly achievable, yet here we are today doing just that. Since that day 4 years ago, we have learned so much, we've grown into the people we are today, and we have conquered everything that has been put in our paths. And if you haven't heard it yet today, I, for one, am proud of you. I'll preface this by saying I'm not much of a math person, but my professors will be happy to hear the amount of statistics I'll be giving you today. For example, did you know that the average American eats nearly 13 pounds of ice cream a year? And according to my studies, Belts was preferred to Carl D's by 64% of votes. If that didn't surprise you, this will. Did you know that only 47% of children coming from single-parent households attend a university, and that number drops to just 17% who graduate from those universities? These numbers are a staggering 26 percentage points lower than that of children coming from two-parent households. And to top it all off, just 15% of students attending university come from a lower-income family. For the vast majority of you here who don't know me, all of those demographics apply to me. As a junior in high school, seeing those statistics made the thought of going to a four-year university more daunting than ever. Statistics were telling me I couldn't do it, and with the odds stacked against me, others were telling me I couldn't do it. Matter of fact, I had very few telling me I could. It was in those very moments that I had to make a decision. Listen to the statistics and doubters tell me that I couldn't, or focus on my supporters who were telling me that I could. Seeing as I am here today, you can see which decision I made, and I am beyond proud of myself for that. Each and every person here has been told at some point in their lives that they can't. Whether it be statistics or doubters, we all have to defy someone or some odds to achieve what we know we are capable of. We've all had to make countless decisions in our lives. That decision could be choosing our major or if we should study abroad, but each and every decision we have all made has somehow led us all here to UWSP to discover our purpose and graduate here today. Similar to many of you here, I was super nervous stepping foot into my dorm room on move-in day. I didn't know if others had a similar background as myself or if they had lived totally different lives. This fear soon minimized and eventually disappeared. I was surrounded by an amazing group of people who all came together as part of the Pointer family. Over time, my support system grew into a group of people I can now call family. More and more people who solidified the fact that I could. I refused to let the people who told me I couldn't be right. I refused to let my family history stop me from pursuing an education. And most importantly, I refused to become another statistic. I am, however, proud to say that I am a part of the 100% of graduates here today getting a diploma. I am now a part of the 100% of graduates leaving here today with a newfound or solidified purpose. I want to take a moment to thank all the people who told me I could. My mom, my family, my friends who slowly became family, the UWSP staff, and all my fellow graduates who chose to embark on this journey with me. Being a part of the Pointer family has helped me in more ways than I can imagine. Each and every person that I have met on this journey of mine has had more impact than they could realize. So as we leave today, each with our own purpose, let us use what has tried to stop us to instead inspire us. For me personally, I will use my past and my story to impact students who walk into my classrooms year after year. I will do my best to inspire the next generation. And I have no doubt that each and every individual in this room has the capability of impacting something larger than themselves. So as we all say goodbye to our beloved college years, remember, once a Pointer, always a Pointer. Roll Dogs.
Thank you, Michaela, for your message to our graduates. Commencement is a ceremony filled with traditions. A symbol of UW-Stevens Point is the cupola that sits on top of Old Main. In 2012, a wooden replica of this university icon was created and a tradition started. This replica symbolizes the beginning and end of your academic journey at UW-Stevens Point. Today, you will touch the dome of the cupola, this time as a graduate of the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point. Tonight, the cupola atop Old Main will be lit purple in your honor. We hope you will always consider UW-Stevens Point your home and know you are always welcome back as part of the alumni family. It is now my pleasure to introduce Amy and Sam Dinga, who will lead the alumni pinning ceremony. Amy graduated in 2005 with a Bachelor of Science in Family and Consumer Sciences. She has worked in healthcare nutrition with Ministry, Ascension, Marshfield Clinic Medical Center, and Aspirus in roles such as team lead, supervisor, manager, and IS analyst. She is also studying accounting to expand her skill set. Sam is a 2004 graduate in sociology and a 2010 graduate with a master's degree in human and community resources. He also obtained his doctorate in higher education leadership from Edgewood College in Madison. He won the Albertson Medallion Award and was a two-time winner of the Chancellor's Leadership Award. He has worked as Director of Operations for the Boys and Girls Club, for Noel Group, and as Director of Diversity and College Access for UW-Stevens Point. He is currently the Director of Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion for the Stevens Point Area Public School District. Sam founded the Maka Foundation in 2010 in honor of his late sister. He also serves various civic organizations in the Stevens Point area. Together, the Dingas are proud parents of 5 children. Please help me welcome Amy and Sam Dinga.
Thank you, Chancellor Gibson. It is our honor to lead the UW-Stevens Point alumni pinning ceremony. Graduates, you each received a UW-Stevens Point lapel pin that was attached to your name card. Please take out your pin. Graduates, this pin represents your alma mater. With the cupola at the center of the pin, we hope it reminds you that you always have a home at UW-Stevens Point. Graduates, please turn to the person next to you. You may have had classes together, or this may be the first time you have met, but you are already connected as Pointer alumni.
At this time, we ask you to secure that connection by attaching your pin to your neighbor's gown. Sam, please exchange pins with me.
I ask that you always wear this pin with pride. Cherish the memories of the time you spent at this university. When you step into your new roles, new lives, and as you meet other UW-Stevens Point alumni, make sure you pause and connect as fellow Pointers. If you see a Pointer not wearing the pin, give them yours. You can then contact Alumni Relations, and they will send you a new pin.
Congratulations, class of 2024. We are counting on you to share the UW-Stevens Point spirit, legacy, and tradition. Congratulations on joining us as UW-Stevens Point alumni.
Thank you, Amy and Sam, for leading our pinning ceremony. UW-Stevens Point takes great pride in its officer training program. It is now my pleasure to recognize 2 ROTC officers who will be commissioned as second lieutenants in the United States Army today. UW-Stevens Point ROTC is the host school of the Northwoods Battalion, which includes detachments at UW Stout, UW Eau Claire, and UW River Falls. Each year, the Northwoods Battalion trains approximately 200 cadets across all academic levels and produces an average of 22 lieutenants. At this time, I would like to ask members of our graduating class who are veterans, active duty, or reserve service members to please stand. These graduates are wearing red, white, and blue honor cords to signify their service to our country. And I, too, would like to ask any audience members who are serving or have served in the armed forces to stand with our graduates so that we might recognize your service to our country. I just want to recognize you as well. Please stand. Thank you. You may be seated. It is now my pleasure to introduce Lieutenant Colonel Dax Burrows, who will be administering the oath of office today. Lieutenant Colonel Burrows is a Stevens Point native and UW Stevens Point ROTC and political science graduate. He enlisted in the Wisconsin Army National Guard in 1998 and began active service in 2004. His career came full circle in June 2020 when he was selected to lead the Army ROTC Northwoods Battalion and became the 21st Professor of Military Science at UW Stevens Point. Among his honors, he has earned a Master of Business Administration, Master of Military Operational Art and Science degree, the Bronze Star, Defense Meritorious Service Medal, and the Army Commendation Medal. Please help me welcome Lieutenant Colonel Dax Burrows and the ROTC officers.
Second Lieutenant Trinity Hall, Bachelor of Science degree. First assignment, Fort Bliss, Texas, Medical Corps. Second Lieutenant Jelena Litt, Bachelor of Science degree. First assignment, Fort Campbell, Kentucky, Ordnance Corps.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state my name.
I, Trinity Hall,
Having been appointed an officer in the Army of the United States in the grade of second lieutenant, do solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, both foreign and domestic, and to bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That I take this obligation freely, without mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which I'm about to enter. So help me God. Congratulations, Lieutenant. Congratulations, sir. You did it.
I'm Rebecca Summer, Dean of the College of Professional Studies. We are now ready to confer the degrees. Will the candidates for degrees in the College of Professional Studies please stand? Okay, that's all of you. Please stand. Chancellor Gibson, it is my honor to present candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Audiology, Doctor of Education and Educational Sustainability, Masters of Business Administration in Applied Leadership and Decision-Making, Masters of Science in Athletic Training, Masters of Science in Communication Sciences and Disorders, Speech-Language Pathology, Masters of Science in Community and Organizational Leadership, Masters of Science in Education, Masters of Science in Health and Wellness Management, Masters of Science in Healthcare Administration, Bachelors of Art, Bachelors of Science, Bachelors of Science in Nursing, and Associate of Arts and Science in the College of Professional Studies. Contingent upon successful completion of the requirements, I recommend they receive the diploma of this university and the appropriate degree be conferred upon each of them. Candidates, please remain standing.
Chancellor Gibson, these graduates have successfully completed the requirements for doctorate, master's, baccalaureate, and associate degrees. On behalf of the faculty of the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point, I am proud to present these candidates to you for the conferral of their respective degrees.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin System, and upon the recommendation of the faculty of this university, I confer upon you the doctorate, master's, baccalaureate, and associate degrees with all of the honors and privileges that pertain thereto. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
You may be seated.
Marshals, please escort the candidates forward by row.
Doctoral degree candidates in the College of Professional Studies. Doctor of Audiology, hooded by Dr. Rebecca Henning. Danielle Baajinski. Kelsey Fairbanks. Aaron Michalski. Carly Wehrman. The Doctor of Education in Educational Sustainability, hooded by Dr. Marcus Lewis. Julia Benachith. Dr. Robert Boson. Urban Boujou. Dr. Ashley Eaton. Jacqueline Leash. Charles Laughlin, Jr. Dr. Abby Pfister. Dr. Mariah Fundheller. Dr. Sergio Romero. Dr. Heather Valentino. Dr. Ashley Vedvig. Master's degree candidates in the College of Professional Studies. Master of Business Administration in Applied Leadership and Decision Making, hooded by Dr. Ricardo Boeing. Elizabeth Biolo. Scott Krzyzewski. Brooklyn DeRosa. Hannah Gunderson. Joseph Henderson. Jenna Kep. Jacob Larson. Eng Lee. Allie Markison. Jenny Marshall. Charles Peth. Crystal Ralph. Harrison Stewart. Taylor Sullivan. Ray Thorson. Jacob Ulrich. Michael Wanta. Mackenzie Wozniak. Callie Wolk. Chi Yang. Master of Science in Athletic Training, hooded by Dr. Holly Schmies. Brennan Anderson. Jacob Bonin. Sam Capadora. Alexia Dutton. McKenna Ingabus. Taylor Furstenberg. Nutang Lee. Sophia Redden. Jessica Slowick. Destiny Smith. Michael Stevenson. Taylor Thalen. Master of Science in Communication Sciences and Disorders, Speech Language Pathology, hooded by Dr. Pamela Terrell. Paige Allenman. Peyton Bewer. Lauren Bookinger. Megan Bouchier. Jenna Cooper. Sarah Dingledine. Bree Downey. Jordan Ellis. Natalie Engelbert. Sydney Fleury. Annika Gill. Emma Gunther. Bailey Harding. Taylor Hitz. Brianne Holler. Kaylee Huberty. Sarah Kinney. Zachary Kozlowski. Kelsey Cron. Natalie Kuhop. Abigail Lane. Megan Lubinsky. Rebecca McKecken. Madeline Mertens. Anna Merkus. Lindsay Marie O'Loughlin. Abigail Rebhan. Natalie Schaefer. Aubrey Welke. Master of Science in Community and Organizational Leadership, hooded by Dr. Annie Wetter. Aaron Alexander, Jr. Kendall Klatt. Carissa Conkle. Tracy Shire. Melissa Schmidt. Angela Voss. Master of Science in Education, hooded by Dr. Linda Fernholz. Lauren Beckley. Elizabeth Soseski. Catherine Dykhouse. Shannon Finger. Emmeline Friedenfels. Haley Hallbach. Emily Johnson. Kylie Johnson. Sarah Johnson. Elizabeth Justin. Austin Kadulski. Casey Matthews. Kendrick McGahee. Tara Messer. Alicia Roim. Amy Schweitzer. Brian Smits. Faith Switchkowski. Morgan Vandehei. Ivy Veltz. Caitlin Williams. Master of Science in Health and Wellness Management, hooded by Dr. Kelly Schoonert. Jennifer Dunlap. Megan McCarville. Tyler Van Ness. Master of Science in Healthcare Administration, hooded by Dr. Jody Olmsted. Kelly Barbier. Amy Simonis. Amanda Toberman. Bachelor's degree candidates in the College of Professional Studies, Bachelor of Arts. Elise Pett. Lexi Treasure. Bachelor of Science, Joseph Aguilera. Mackenzie Amundson. Eve Anderson. Sierra Anderson. Zoe Anderson. Kiana Ansul. Megan Arndt. Nicholas Aromatiero. Anna Augustine. Sam Ide. Marie Babcock. Jessica Barr. Bryce Baller. Sadie Barich. Caitlin Barth. Alexander Dasinski. Hayden Bauman. Matthew Bauman. Matthew Buck. Ellie Belshaw. Luke Bembenek. Stephanie Bayman. Kieran Jordan Bennett. McKenna Birdall. Isabella Berg. Sarah Bergerson. Morgan Bethay. Taylor Burr. Jacob Biskin. Brooke Bladerlucht. Elizabeth Bainline. Ethan Bowman. Olivia Bohm. Abigail Bond. Jacob Booz. Jessica Borgman. Brianna Busher Metoxen. Rachel Bauer. Lauren Bozich. Caitlin Braff. Kieran Brennan. Brad Brewer. Madison Bricko. Megan Brummond. Caitlin Booth. Megan Bai. Katie Campbell. Joseph Luigi Carcione, I apologize. Ryan Carmichael. Dakota Careview. Caitlin Salias. Adrian Chensi. Caitlin Chawanichik. Taylor Marie Chenoweth. Joseph Shashesky. Bradley Comer. George Cook. Miranda Coonan. Maddie Cootley. Ava Crary. Ethan Cruz. Abigail Davidson. Kaylee Davis. Hannah De La Pena. Ashley Dean. Dylan DeGrief. Madison Dieter. Maverick Delane. Chloe DeMarco. Bradley Dickinson. Caitlin Dobratz. Mallory Dodsworth. Colton Doherty. Brady Doyle. Ryan Dykes. Ashley Elmergreen. Brady Erla. Levi Ewan. Angelica Foss. Noah Finstrom. Connor Flanagan. Reese Flores. Trent Francis. Paige France. Madeline Freeberg. Alyssa Froh. Versian Gamel. Reese Garrigan. Ryan Genrick. Emily Georgie. Louis Giroux. Reese Gibbs. Aaron Gillen. Nicholas Gunrowski. Mariana Gonzalez. Daniel Gabahi. Shayna Grace. Alexa Granofsky. Lauren Green. Allie Grippentrog. Jillian Christine Gutsdorf. Kate Hall. Troy Hammond. Haley Hansen. Torrin Hansen. Desiree Harhay. Maria Hartley. Christina Hine. Kyle Helmick. Mick Heenagan. Emily Herr. Holly Hess. Isabel Hilber. David Hill. Luke Hill. Madison Hone. Brenna Holtz. Mason Holtz. Mackenzie Honish. Abby Hoffensperger. Annika Horman. Toluwape Lawal. Madeline Eichert. Jennifer Irwin. Sam Iwanski. Demetria Jackson. Caleb Jacob. Kirsten Jacob. Chase Jasinski. Dylan Jensen. Matt Johnson. Sam Johnson. Raylan Jomie. Trinity Conitz. Madeline Casper. Hannah Kelnhofer. Emmeline Kenevan. Brennan Kenworthy, my apologies. Brennan Kenworthy. Raven Killian. Abigail King. Deanna King. Lucas Cleveland. Delaney Kane. Megan Conkle. Sarah Conkle. Justine Konopacki. Abigail Koopman. Annalise Kaczynski. Chadwick Koss. Katie Kratz. Adam Crease. Caden Keene. Delaney Kunkel. Carson Landowski. Sophia Lee. Sydney Lee. Chloe Leithold. Faith Leithold. Rylan Leaders. Mason Lopez. Maddie Lowry. Logan Lutz. Brooke Magnus. Autumn Migalski. Lucas Andrew McCarrick. Caleb Manser. McKenna Moronic. Derek Martin. I can't read him. Michaela Martins. Gabrielle Masaryk. Hunter Mashal. Kaylee Mizuka. Samantha McCarthy. Kaylin McHugh. Ryan Mailing. Jacob Meinholz. Adam Menenga. Hope Meyer. Paul Meyer. Alyssa Myers. Zachary Myers. Jess McCauley. Brooklyn Miller. Jordan Miller. Timothy Maribal. Mariah Main. Marissa Moore. Ryan Mokandu. Cody Moline. Grace Moulter. Andrea Montalvo. Andrea Montalvo. Benjamin Mooney. Alexis Moser. Connor Nagy. Ines. Abigail Nelson. Emily Nelson. Carly Nelson. Last name? Mitchell Nanemachek. Kaylee Nesbitt. Cassandra Nettles. Maxime Galamulame. Sydney Nichols. Josie Nice. Lindsay Nightingale. Elena Nordine. Charlie Nordman. Emily Novitsky. Grace O'Brien. Lindsay O'Brien. Connor O'Keefe. Lexi Lorraine Osman. McKenna Overland. Devin Palmer. Lexi Pinovich. Jaden Perez. Cooper Peterson. Taylor Pettit. Jamie Pfeiffer. Faith Pillar. Megan Pollard. Kevin Polzine. Andrew Pulias. Ashley Powell. Carolyn Powell. Owen Powell. Jordan Prozinski. Jacob Pup. Brad Quaddy. Kenneth Rodemacher. Logan Remish. Jaden Rakowska. Alyssa Rankin. McKenna Rasmussen. Cade Ravenscroft. Madison Reed. Anna Reese. Ben Ream. Zachary Reamer. Chaley Janie Robinson. Chaley Janae Robinson. Delaney Romanovich. Madeline Romatuski. Noah Rosas. Johanna Rothenberger. Henry Rowden. Alexis Rosinski. Margaret Sager. Pedro Sadania. Carter Samples. Shelby Sanderfoot. Tristan Shelvin. Cassandra Sherbarth. Caitlin Shiro. Nathan Schmidt. Sawyer Schmutzler. Dylan Schneider. Michael Schneider. Trey Schrader. My apologies, Trey Schrader. Addison Schobert. Travis Schubring. Michaela Schuler. Haley Schwob. Brianna Scray. Colton Sell. Dustin Survey. Brittany Schnabowski. Kaylee Slinkman. Jessica Schlusser. Anna Smits. Anna Smits. Clara Snowpeck. Cole Solom. Ashley Spatz. Evan Stanislawski. Heidi Stark. Madeline Starr. Tanya Jo Stibbs. Natalie Stewart. Kayla Strange. Jenna Marie Stroikney. Michaela Stucker. Ryan Swanson. Gavin Tochik. Jocelyn Tarango. Ismael Tinajero. Jenna Truckenbrode. Trent Van Ness. Aspen Valin. Emma Van Order. Callie Van Lanen. Bryant Van Rossum. Jeremy Van Zeeland. Morgan Vavra. Serena Vincent. Joshua Vu. Jada Waddell. Lillianne Walder. Megan Mary Wallenfang. Kelly Walsdorf. Hannah Walsh. Rebecca Walter. Gina Wesniewski. Kaylee Werman. Caleb Weichart. Tegan Wenzel. Allison Weinberg. Tracy Wire. James Whitehead. Lauren Wicker. Mackenzie Ray Wickman. Drew Willeman. Jonathan Williams. Elisha Wilson. Tiernan Wilson. Emily Wintrone. Ramsey Wolfel. Derek Wold. Cassidy Wood. Logan Wood. Caitlin Borzella. Caitlin Richa. Juliana Wiestrick. Britt Young. Enton Zanella. Cameron Zroik. Emily Zellner. Cassidy Zegon. Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Amber Brockman. Abby Bucknell. No worries. Caitlin Keatzer.
Yes, you're allowed to yell.
Tegan Mahoney. Colleen Mortel. Caitlin M. Phillips. Cassandra Reyes. Tessa Sanders. Leanna Shane. Jordan Vetter.
Graduates, you may now move your tassels to the left side of your mortarboard to indicate your graduation. Congratulations! To conclude, it is a tradition at UW-Stevens Point for the Chancellor to give a charge to the graduates. Your time at UW-Stevens Point has been a time of transformation, of new opportunities and challenges, of discovering more about yourself and the world around you. I hope your learning and experiences over the last several years have inspired you to know you can achieve whatever you set your mind to. So keep setting goals, keep learning, continue to challenge yourself, reach higher because the world absolutely needs you. And think beyond yourself. Be a good neighbor, an engaged citizen, a reliable friend. Support causes that are meaningful to you and find ways to bring meaning to others. Be the best you can be to yourself and others. Leave here with the knowledge and confidence to succeed wherever you go. Your UWSP degree has prepared you for whatever is next for you, whether continuing your education or beginning your first job as a graduate. I'm so excited for you, and I can't wait to read about the impact you will make in your community, your state, and country. As part of the Pointer family, we will share in your successes and take pride in your progress. My warmest wishes to you for happiness and success. Congratulations, and thank you to everyone who helped us celebrate your achievement today. Congrats.
Before we leave today, we ask you to stand if you are able and join UWSP Stevens Point Jr. Meredith Johnson in singing our alma mater, The Purple and the Gold. She will be joined by the UW Stevens Point Symphony Orchestra. This song was written by former music professor James Arrowwood. Words are printed on the last page in the commencement program.
Other schools of uttermost, of victories galore, of laurels never lost, of triumphs by the sky. Let them tell you of their prowess, of warriors strong and bold. Might their colors ever lower to the purple and the gold. Alma mater, my Wisconsin, dear Stevens Point we toast, recalling former times of challenge and repose on the banks of old Wisconsin. Alumni glories told, we override allegiance to the purple and the gold.
Thank you, Meredith. The audience may be seated. Marshals, please release our faculty, staff, and graduates by row after the platform party has recessed. For safety purposes, we ask that the audience please remain seated during the recessional. Graduates and guests are welcome to attend a reception outside the Quant Field House near 4th Avenue after the ceremony. Congratulations, class of 2024, and welcome to the UW Stevens Point alumni family. It's a great day to be a Pointer.
can pack up